A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Dear students of 11th class, Boys Higher Secondary Nagri, dear students, you know that we were discussing the five kingdom system of classification in our last lecture, yesterday's lecture, and we have seen that a scientist, English ecologist, H. Whitaker has divided the organisms into five kingdoms, and we have seen that those five types of kingdoms were kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom Fungi, kingdom Animalia, and kingdom Plantae. The two kingdoms like kingdom Animalia and kingdom Plantae were also proposed in the two kingdom system of classification, and these were also included in the five kingdom system of classification. So three new kingdoms like kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, and kingdom Fungi have been included in this five kingdom system of classification. Now, in our today's lecture, we will see the basis of this five kingdom system of classification. That means how the Whitaker have made this five kingdom system of classification and what were the basis of this five kingdom system of classification. Whitaker has based his scheme of classification on four factors. So you should remember here that the Whitaker based his five kingdom system of classification on four factors. Four factors have been taken into consideration, and the first factor was the complexity of cell structure. The cell structure have been recognized, and in the cell structure, two types of cell structures are recognized. Number one was the prokaryotic, and number second was the eukaryotic cell structure. Now, first of all, we will see the characteristics of prokaryotic cells. The characteristics of prokaryotic cells are that the prokaryotic cells are single membrane systems. So you should remember here that the prokaryotic cells are single membrane systems. These prokaryotic cells carry respiratory enzymes in the plasma lemma. Number third characteristic of these prokaryotic cells is that they lack streaming movement in the cytoplasm. Fourth character is they lack subcellular organelles except 70 S ribosomes. That means only 70 S ribosomes are present in their cytoplasm, and the other subcellular organelles are absent. Thylakoids are also present. These prokaryotic cells also lack membrane around the genetic material. That means the genetic material is surrounded by a membrane, and the genetic material is DNA, which is circular. These prokaryotic cells are haploid. They do not form mitotic apparatus and lack meiosis. That means meiosis is absent in these prokaryotic cells. Gametogenesis and fertilization. Gametogenesis and fertilization were found also absent in these prokaryotic cells. Now, regarding the characteristics of eukaryotic cells, the characteristics of eukaryotic cells are different from those of prokaryotic cells. As we have seen that the prokaryotic cells are single membrane systems, while as these eukaryotic cells are double membrane systems. Here in the prokaryotic cells, they do not carry respiratory, they carry the respiratory enzymes in plasmalemma, while as in the eukaryotic cells carry respiratory enzymes in mitochondria. These eukaryotic cells also contain subcellular organelles like mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, plastids, and have nuclear envelope around the genetic material, forming a distinct nucleus. These eukaryotic cells have a linear DNA, as we have found in the prokaryotic cells that those have the circular DNA. And this linear DNA of eukaryotic cells is associated with proteins. We have found in the prokaryotic cells that those were found haploid, while as these eukaryotic cells may be haploid or diploid. So both conditions are found here. These eukaryotic cells have mitotic apparatus during cell divisions and undergo meiosis, gametogenesis, and fertilization, while as we have found that these meiosis, gametogenesis, and fertilization were absent in the prokaryotic cells. Now, the second basis of classification made by Whitaker was the modes of nutrition. Two main modes of nutrition were recognized in organisms. Number one was the autotrophic nutrition, and the second was the heterotrophic nutrition. Regarding the autotrophic nutrition is further of two types. Number one is the chemosynthesis, and number second is the photosynthesis. Now, regarding the heterotrophic nutrition, that is also of two kinds. One is the ingestive or holozoic, and second one is the saprotrophic or absorptive. Now, the third character which made the basis of this five kingdom system of classification was complexity of organism's body, that is unicellular and multicellular. The principle of organic evolution has revealed that the earliest organisms were unicellular. They were first simple prokaryotic and later became complex eukaryotic. Some of the later, in due course of time, evolved into simple multicellular organisms, many of which finally became complex. This was the third basis of this five kingdom system of classification. Now the fourth factor which on the basis of which this five kingdom system of classification was made was the phylogenetic relationships. Regarding this phylogenetic relationships, phylogeny is the evolutionary history of an organism. Therefore, phylogenetic relationships of organisms alone are the index of their true kinship. Such relationships are not clear in all cases. Only fossil record can provide such relationships, but this record is incomplete and is likely to remain so. So, these were the four basic factors on the basis of which this five kingdom system of classification was proposed by H. Whitaker. So this was all about this five kingdom system of classification, and in our today's lecture we have completed this five kingdom system of classification. Now in our next lecture tomorrow, inshallah, we will see the merits and demerits of this five kingdom system of classification. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much.